Ugh, is it really too early in the morning for stuff like this? Never. Not when you love old cars. There we go. Put the blind up. Get some light in here. More light. 64 Impala SS. Progress. Floor has all been repainted. And yes, that is correct because US built cars did have black floors in them. This is a true SS Impala. For sure, it's been verified. Because some of these were tribute cars or clones as they're called, but Mike just wanted to be absolutely sure, and sure enough, numbers and everything do turn out. It is a true SS car. Got those beautiful T3 headlights on as well too. How much more of a time capsule can you get than this, really? Absolutely incredible. Now the salt's all but washed away from the roads. It'll be a while before this one's out because it's still undergoing major surgery, as you can see. And so there'll be a lot more adventures in the shop before we'll see adventures on the road. But you've seen the 64 Pontiac convertible will be out as well too. As well as the 72 Vista Cruiser, the 96 Suburban. All the toys are coming out very soon. I have to love the motif that they had back in the day. The hardtop convertibles, as they called them. From a distance, you could easily think that these were convertibles. But I figure that with the advent of air conditioning being more available in the cars, people are starting to opt out more, especially with the, excuse me, newly completed Trans-Canada Highway up here, and of course the interstate system in the States. People want to travel around in much more quiet surroundings and without humidity, so a lot of them would order air conditioning. So convertibles kind of became passé in that aspect. Never really lost their charm for the sheer sportiness of them, but demographics were changing. And this was really from back in the days when you can tell what kind of car a car was from a distance. You couldn't mistake it for anything else. There'll be more Powerglide adventures coming up. Going to start the construction process of this thing. Mike's got all the parts really clean. That case looks like it's brand new. So we're going to be doing some processes on this thing, and I'll be taking this thing home, and I'll be doing more at home. Well, it's always good to have parts transmissions around because we need one little bolt that attaches the governor onto the tail shaft, the hold down bolt as they call it. Nice to have spare transmissions. This one's fluid, it's a little bit oxidized. Probably okay, but it's just oxidized like you can see. There.
This is scrap tranny.
Yeah.
This is parts.
Parts tranny, parts tranny. I have to knock the dirt off of that. Yeah, really, I'm glad we used the other one. Nice thing are the cooler lines are perfect, the perfect bends to fit onto the 64.
They ought to be. It came off of it.
Yeah, duh. That might strip. Is it going to strip?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, put it on all the points. Might
Well,
get
at
a
this
hammer.
point, I can just whack the tailstock off with a big hammer.
Yep. We'll get her. Okay, let's go around and get a screwdriver. Yeah, we're typical car people. Rather work for a half an hour struggling like this than running for a minute till we got a screwdriver. Makes it so fun. Improvise. Even when the right tools are 10 feet away. Alright. Put yourself there. Work?
Nope.
Alright. Bring in the big tools. Wham, wham, wham. There we go. I'm going to get a screwdriver. I'll be right back.
Don't have the leverage with the 3/8.
But that won't work either. Want me to give her a whirl?
Let's leverage. This thing's in there.
Alright, there she goes. Boink. Careful, folks, on straight there. Wham, 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 wham. That's the joys of working on old cars. 5-minute jobs always take a half an hour. I hope we can get a deep socket down there enough. That should work out. Let's see. There you go. Now we gotta unbury those other two that are totally buried in junk. Be right back. Well, one line so far came loose well. Sometimes having a leaky Powerglide is good. It helps to preserve the metal in these things. Didn't even need the flare nut wrench. It's perfect, this one. Oh, come on, one hand. Put the camera down. There we go, got it. Maybe we'll pick it up over here. Good to the last thread, right? Right. This is coming
I
off.
think they're tied together too.
Of course they're tied together. All right. We can break this one off over here now. I might say break off, we break off properly, not break it off in the literal sense. Okay. Right. Oh, that's all. Okay. Beautiful. Roll free, no problem. That's great. Perfect. All right, be back in a bit. Yep.
That's what I measure the thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's corner to corner, right? Or flat to flat?
Sorry?
Is it corner to corner or flat to flat? I don't remember.
I believe it's flat to flat.
Or is it the...
That would make more sense flat to flat.
No.
That's easier to measure.
No, 3/8? No, that's the thread size. Before threading, isn't it?
No, that's the size of the head of what you want to loosen up.
I don't think so.
Like this is a half inch, like this is a half-inch diameter across. Yeah. Oh, what the heck, just find something that fits.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get there because it's quarter drive.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't remember how they do it.
Alright, here we go. Gentle. Okay. All that for one stupid little bolt. But anyway, it's nice having parts units around. And there we have
There
it.
it is.
Yeah, that's the piece that we need. Right there with that little nub on the end. There you go. We got it. Put that into my wallet for safekeeping, and there we go. Now we put this pig back together and put it away. And we're starting to do some of the seal replacement, and Mike's taking off the very dry reverse piston seal. And there's not much left to this one. Pretty hard.
So we're going a couple times, make sure it's dead.
Yeah, see, it broke right in the hand. That shouldn't break like that, but that's how dry that was. And then we have an inner one to take out as well too.
It's a little easier to hold.
Yeah. And we'll spray it and let it air dry after when I need lint on anything. Let's see how that one feels.
Same.
Not quite as bad, but not quite as bad. Now these sealers that you get to put into transmissions give them a bit of extra life. What they do is they swell the seals. Only trouble is when they swell them, they just keep them swelling and swelling and swelling. They then eventually just start to, well, not break apart, they start to gum apart literally. They get so swelled up, the composition changes and they start to gum. So a lot of times these sealers are just a stop, like pretty much a stopgap thing to use. There, see, it's broken the hand over here. It's obviously a hotter part of the transmission. Busted. There you go. Okay. We'll spray it again and then I'll just let it air dry for a minute. Just doing a little bit of last second cleaning with the brake clean over here.
Switch off for me, Andrew, please.
And make sure all dirt is out of the case.
Good.
No specks of dirt, no nothing, because that could ruin your day. And brake clean evaporates clean, pushes all that nonsense away that you might have left in there.
Wait, brake cleaner evaporates?
Very fast.
Oh, wow.
Dries up your skin too. Gotta be careful with it.
So I'll never take a bath and brake cleaner?
Never take a bath and brake cleaner. No, never do that.
Anything else to do with cars?
Pretty much so. Yeah,
Training
don't.
fluid's okay, I'll clean you.
That's right. Clean real good. There you go. There's our new bushing kit.
Which one is it? Did we keep the old one?
This one, that bushing.
Is it that one?
Yeah.
We got a bushing whacker in her.
Yeah, we got our busher whacker in her. Our Looney Tunes hammer, pretty much.
Why don't we just put the chunk of governor bolt in and hammer the shaft in?
Not too keen on that. Got to be very careful.
What is pushing to?
Bushing allows one piece to rub against another piece.
Oh.
Alright, we'll be there in a sec.
Oop.
It's bottomed.
You're there.
Yeah. Custom bushing installer. Look at that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Couldn't ask for better. Beautiful. Yeah. Got that.
Because it's not sanitized.
Yeah, sanitize it, of course. You can't be too clean with these things. Got to be clean. All right.
Range.
Perfect. Drain.
That'll make good firewood.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Soak in there. Perfect. Now we'll put the new seals onto the reverse piston. Alright, we're putting on the reverse piston seal. It's like Mike says, he found a use for that Type F fluid that's been sitting on his shelf for years that he used to use for his 1976 Mercury Meteor. See, that's why you should never throw old fluids out. You never know when you'll need them. Make sure it's not rolled or anything. There we go. Okay. So we have our Audi in. We'll put our innie in. Innies and Audis. You're an innie, you an Audi. That's all done. Let's see if this has to be indexed or anything. No, it looks like there's no indexing on it, except pretty much just for the notches in the back of the case. So there's actually no notches. There's no indexing on this one like you have on a Turbo 350. So that just pretty much goes in.
That's why the springs are for.
Yeah, actually we'll put this in first and then we'll put the springs in afterwards. No springs yet.
I want to put the springs on.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
They look cool.
Okay, have your fun.
Domino effect. No, it doesn't work.
Alright, okay. Alright. You've had your fun?
I'm good.
Alright. Okay, we got oil in there.
That's going in now? No.
Yeah, no it's not. We gotta clean that out first. Not with a rag, we let it.
Yeah, there's some grit down there I don't like.
Okay, then we're gonna give it a quick spray, then hold it upside down because we don't want to use rags with lint. No rags, no lint. Because you'll be pulling the valve body off, not me.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, sure you do.
I'll let you borrow the car for a weekend when it screws up.
Okay, sure. Well, these can do 60 miles an hour and low. Powerglides, no problem. I mean, I can still go on the highway. Alright, great. I mean, I'm Mr. 327, they can rev.
The carpet will be a very good fire starter too soon.
Yeah, be careful. Actually, if you ever have to use ether on a diesel, this is actually better to use brake thinner because it actually, dry as it is, has more lubricity in it than ether does. If you're ever in a pinch.
So it's better.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, you get high on that stuff. Ooh.
We've actually used a non-chlorinated brake cleaner to clean a bit of interior stuff in the vehicle.
Okay, that'll be dry in a second. We'll be back when we're going to put the piston. Just a quick side note, you can see the difference between a seal that's dry. It's going to give you problems, especially when it's cold. They just break in your hands, while new ones, of course, are obviously very supple. And obviously no trouble bending, flexing. That's what they're supposed to do. Very easy, be careful. Reverse piston install, you have to let it feel its way in. After Mike has his fun. Yep. After Mike has his fun, I'll give it a whirl. Let's sit down there.
Rolling on here.
There we go. Have to twist and turn it. It feels its way in.
It's there. It's just stuck on that nice new seal.
So you know that means we're gonna have to take a feeler gauge and use the feeler gauge for that.
See it?
Yeah. Feeler gauge time. Feeler gauge time. And even a paper clip time. Okay. Yep. Yep, we'll need the feeler gauge and the paper clips.
It has the type you want. I know.
Whether it's going in.
Because it goes thump down to the bottom, you know that it's solid. But when you feel it like giving you a lot of resistance, it means it's hanging up on a metal lip. You don't want to push too hard, because otherwise you're going to end up tearing your seals. Especially lip type seals. Now these are flat type seals or square seals. It's not as bad, but you still.
It would have rolled in.
Yeah, pretty much so. But these ones are a little stubborn sometimes. But we'll get it on. That's what you get when you're doing home sort of repairs and everything. Okay. Actually, we don't need the feeler gauges. I've just been able to roll this, and just by going gently round and around and around like that, it's going in pretty much on its own.
Well, then.
Yep. We're going to give it air pressure check afterwards anyway to make sure that it's in properly, but looks like we're pretty much in. There you go. It's seated. I wouldn't mind being able to see if it turns, but there's really not much to grip, because usually if they spin around pretty easily, it means nothing is rolled, but you really cannot roll a seal that's a square cut seal that's sitting flush against a piece, and you also see like pieces of rubber chip over there if you did pinch it. I see nothing there that would indicate that, so I would say we're pretty much good to go. So we're going to put the springs in pretty soon, and then the retainer clip and the circlip, and we'll give it an air pressure check and make sure it's working properly. Alright, faithful watchers. Mike really has it that he really wants to put his domino pins in, he says over here, or his return springs, so I'm letting him have his fun over here now. The fun hasn't even started yet, because we have to use my adapter tool, or my installation tool that I made years ago, and get this thing seated back in.
No, there's no up and down on these, right?
No. You got to be kidding me! We're missing one. Don't ever do that to me again. Don't ever do that stuff to me again. Though I've taken them apart, once they've been rebuilt, and I found 5 or 6 of them missing in various types of transmissions. Not really the right way to go, but some people will do that. All right, now we'll get the installation tool set up. We're going to need 8 hands over here. Back. This exercise is going to be tighten on this nut over here enough to push this spring and piston retainer down enough so we can get the circlip over here reattached. Like slowly tightening it down.
Can you hold that side of the case, Andrew? Make sure it doesn't fall.
Okay, hang on. Let's make sure that's not getting caught on an edge over here. Let's move this. Let me move the snap ring out of the way there for a second to make sure it's not getting caught on an edge as we're bearing it down. Okay, let me see. Are we bending it down? I think we might be bending it down. It might be getting stuck over there.
Bending what down?
This, you see, because it's starting to bend it, because I think we're caught on an edge. Yeah.
We gotta get some hands out of my way because I can't see here.
Yeah, I'll release it, please. Yeah. And what I might want to do is, okay.
Right, I'm good. Just leave the hands out of the way so I can see. It feels better now.
Bearing down now?
Yeah, I don't feel the wrench going weird.
Okay, good. Okay. Yep. Yep. Hang on. Are we going down okay still? Yeah, very carefully. Don't hang up or anything like that. Gotta wiggle it around. Okay, go. Set. Okay, stop. Okay, let's see if we get our snap ring on now over here. We might have bent that little tab just a drop, but that really is no detriment to the unit. I need a screwdriver to get that on.
Need a couple.
Yeah. And I bent ever so slightly over here, but I'm not worried about that. Ever so slightly. That's a slight little wow in there. But that's the non-moving part. Next time around, I'm going to bring my snap ring pliers in. Next time, remind me to bring my snapping pliers.
Yeah.
You might want to hold the camera because you might want to do a little trick on my bike over here.
What's that?
Let's try to get snapping in on one edge first, and then just.
Well, quite honestly.
Like that, it might work better for you.
Oh yeah.
Well, we can't see with the camera. Okay, well, after a bit of a struggle over here, we finally got the spring retainer in and the spring clip in, but a bit of patience and perseverance, a few improvised tools, you can always get the job done. Pretty much so. The parts are all clean. Let's put a few more new seals in and things, and putting in new bushings and stuff, so that it'll be run nice and true, and hopefully get rid of some of the leaks that these things are famous for, because when the bushings go on these, it just kills the seals. There, you found the right one? Gentle, gentle. There we go. Oh, that's gentle. That's gentle.
It's my middle name.
Let's see, I think I'm just not far enough.
I think that's it.
That's it. That's exactly where the little one was. Now I can put the new seal onto the back, and away we go.
Now I gotta dress it.
Dress it, dress it. There we go, dress it. There we go. Perfect. Now he cleans that.
Oh, I had a seal in there.
Yeah, whatever.
Who knew I was putting a new seal in?
Yeah. Whatever. Perfect. Comme nous dit en français, ça flambe neuve. Just like new. Right, people, we're installing the seals for the high drum. Lip seal over here, like you can see. Always make sure you don't get them in upside down or roll them as you're putting them on.
It won't work with the shit.
Exactly, you got that. Remember, we got a family-oriented channel here, Gary. Not too much.
Crap.
That's
Won't
right.
work with the crap.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
I edited myself.
Thank you. Great.
They don't have the big filming buddy. You gotta beat yourself.
That's
Beep.
right. There you go. You can see it's not rolled in there because it's just sitting fine. It's not twisted up or anything. You can feel the whole lip in its entirety going around. So you know it's not rolled. It turns, it spins fine. So we're okay over here. Now we're going to put the piston in. We don't put the springs on yet either, Mike.
I want to.
Okay. Oh, well, looks like we're going to have to stop for a minute till we take all the springs off. And for this one, we probably will need the paper clips. All right, thank you, Gary. Okay, we got the high piston installed into the high clutch over here. Basically just using a feeler gauge to help to feel your way, pushing the rubber seal ever so slightly around here. Let it feel its way in. And you know nothing is pinched when it spins like that. You don't see any little rubber bits or pieces here, so we know that's all set up and ready to go.